a short HCL Sametime demonstration on how to locate and manage the policies.user.xml file that resides on the community server. In order to find this file, we need to understand the community server's directory. What we can do, you can open a Domino console on the community server and type in show server, and then just scroll up a little bit for the output. And in our case, our server directory is local notes data. That's where we're going to find the policies.user.xml. I'm on Linux, but this file lives in the same area for both operating systems, Windows included. So I'm going to open a Linux terminal. I like to type Nautilus, Nautilus, and I'm going to go to local notes data, which we just discerned was the server directory. Now, I'm not going to search on this file because this file exists in multiple locations, and we want to adjust the correct one. I'm going to elaborate on that one as I scroll down and find this file. Okay, so I passed it, but let me go back up a little bit. So here's the file that we're looking for right here, policies.user.xml. Notice a couple folders down here, or a couple files down, there's a policy folder. Keep in mind that this policy folder that you see here is a backup and contains a backup of the original file for this release. So we don't want to go in here and adjust anything, but we could fall back on that if we needed to. Okay, so within editing this one, we're going to open with a text editor and open this guy up. At the very top, you're going to notice that we are in the, this is the sample policy. We're not adjusting the sample policy. The sample is intended as a sample to test policies for specific users or groups, but that's out of today's short demonstration. So what we want to do is we want to come down to the default section, and as I work my way down here, I'm trying to get down here. So here we go. I just passed it. So here's the default policy section. This is where we want to make our adjustments. This is jumping out at me right here. im.meetingsenabled. You'll notice that the current value is 0. So this is a great example for Sametime 11.6. We want to enable this. We want the current value to equal 1. And this is where we would make our adjustment for everything beneath here having to do with im.meetingsenabled. So after we save the changes, we could view the file in a web browser and make sure that it's formatted. I do want to also add that our default section here, this is for all authenticated users that are not otherwise assigned to a specific policy. So pretending that I made the change and I get out of here and I hit a save and I get out. Like I said, what you want to do is basically after you save the changes, let's view the file in a web browser and let's make sure that it's properly formatted. So what we can do is just open it in like Firefox or whatever browser you have. And the fact that it opens is a good test. What we would want to do is you'd want to come in and make sure that your adjustments saved, whatever you did. And then, of course, you want to follow whatever documentation that you're continuing to follow to make these adjustments. Stop and start the community server, whatever it has us do in order to complete our tests. So that concludes how to find this file and where to find it. And if you're interested in where the instant messaging policy IDs live, within our wiki or our product documentation, if you will, come into 11.5 or 11.6, and just beneath managing policies, there's a section for instant messaging policy IDs, and you can find them all in here. Thanks for joining, and have a great day.